Hello students, welcome to SK Biology. In our last lecture, we have studied one type of immunity which is innate immunity. In this lecture, I am going to start about adaptive immunity. This immunity develops after infection or vaccination. Coming to the definition, adaptive immunity is also called as acquired immunity or specific immunity. It is highly specialized defense mechanism of the body that develops after exposure to pathogen or foreign substance called as antigen. The important point we have to remember about adaptive immunity is it requires prior exposure to pathogen and it develops immunological memory. Now, let us understand characteristics of adaptive immunity. Like that of innate immunity, adaptive immunity also has specific characteristics. We are discussing here the most important 5 characteristics of adaptive immunity. The first one is specificity. Adaptive immunity recognizes and attacks a particular antigen specifically. So, it will produce response against specific organism or pathogen. For example, if there is infection of measles virus, it will produce antibodies against that virus specifically. Second characteristic is memory. After the first exposure of pathogen, memory cells are formed. During second exposure, the immune response becomes faster and stronger. So, at the first exposure, response is weak and slow. But at the second exposure, due to memory, the response becomes fast and stronger. Third characteristic is diversity. The immune system can recognize millions of different antigen. As you can see here in this image, I have represented different virus, bacteria and other pathogens, and there is specific antibody against those pathogens. So, this characteristic is called as diversity. Coming to the next characteristic, which is self and non-self recognition. Most important characteristic of adaptive immunity. So, adaptive immunity can distinguish between body's own cells, that is self, and foreign cells, that is non-self. Self are body's own cells, so they cannot be attacked by adaptive immunity. But non-self cells means foreign cells, that is pathogen, are recognized and attacked by adaptive immunity. The last, that is fifth characteristic of adaptive immunity is clonal expansion. When lymphocytes recognizes an antigen, they multiply rapidly to produce many identical cells after activation, and this leads to clonal expansion, that is multiplication. This leads to formation of effector cells and memory cells. Effector cells destroys pathogen and memory cells are responsible for long-term protection.